Yeah, that's impressive, man, that he did that. That's like finding out like your favorite rapper also is like a world renowned opera singer on the low. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck did you have that talent, nigga?
Well,
That's
he played football, baseball, and basketball.
yeah, but he wasn't no good at baseball.
We saw that.
He had that growth spurt.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? We live Splendid Radio on Pharcyde TV. You know what I'm saying? We got special guest, Justin of Caesar Xanadu.
Yes, sir.
We have a comedian, Kraig Smith,
Was
very,
popping.
very funny guy. And we got my co-host, Jeremy Scippio, very funny guy. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, y'all? How the Rona treating you?
Oh man, ducking and dodging. Ducking and dodging. I bought a mannequin arm that I could shake people's hands with long distance, and I put a glove on the hand. I don't even trust them touching the mannequin's hand. It's a raw time, man.
Yeah. So what's up, man? How has the Rona affected you since everything's gone down, Kraig?
Money wise, I ain't really made no money. I made money selling some merch, but that's come to a halt. But it really hasn't affected me in a negative way. I got back to my young self. When I was young, like 10, 11 years old, I was really disciplined and like, you know, the shit that I loved. I would practice hoop every day. I would rap every day. And I kind of got back to the basics on that. I just been putting my nose to the grindstone on the creative shit and kind of trying to take advantage of it that way, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah,
So I tell the story over and over, but just to kind of give you a segue into Justin, I met Justin going to a farmer's market. Like I've been going there for years, and I just always saw him, and I don't know if it was his son, but another black guy with him, and they had all these greens like look like wheatgrass and all kinds of stuff, and I'd pass him up, we give each other the nod, whatever. I'm just like, okay, he's doing this thing. But I'm really looking at it like, man, there's nothing over there for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, like I'm really not messing with it. So maybe 6 months ago, I finally struck up a conversation with him. And I think I had a Pharcyde hat on turned backwards or whatever. He's like, oh, you know, the Pharcyde, I know such and such, woo, 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 woo. And we jumped off a conversation. And he kind of explained what microgreens were to me. And he was making juice too. So he hooked me up with some juice. And since I go so hard on my body in the opposite direction, I decided to let Justin pull me into something in the other direction. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
That's been my little thing. Microgreen. I eat it like salad. You know what I'm saying? I try to eat he has a little container, and I eat like half of his little container as a salad every day to just get my little, try to get mine on. So what's up with you, Jeremy? You been working out during this Rona time?
I got a little general workout I do, but that's not, man, I wish I was one of those people who actually could keep a routine. No, man, I've just been drinking bleach and injecting hand sanitizer into my veins like heroin. So I've been good.
Yeah. This nigga said he been drinking bleach. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, man, you're supposed to drink a cup of bleach a day. That's what the president said.
Oh man, I was tuning into an internet show. I think it was yesterday or the day before on a YouTube channel, and they had this cat on there who's supposed to be like he's a pro-black cat, like hell of a pro-black. Said he loves people, the black people, this, that, and the third. And his argument was Trump has done more for like black people and more as a president than like
Obama.
Man, he was talking about all the presidents. He was breaking it down on the gang of the presidents. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to wrap my head.
Reparations, so that's what we really need. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that other crap. Like, yo, he suggested that black people do better. I don't care about that. Give us reparations. They had the money this entire time, dog. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that shit? They just released 400. Wait, hold on, wait. They just released, was it $40 billion for corona relief? The second go round. No, right. I gotta get checked. I got fact check. But regardless, this is the second round, and he's gonna release some more. Do you understand how many things are being released? All the money released, small business loans, everything. Just
Hey,
so unless Trump is talking about reparations, he ain't do shit for me.
He ain't never gonna talk. He ain't never gonna talk about reparations, man. We live in an industrial prison complex, man. So, you know, they have a legislature that villainizes and legally makes poor and surviving being poor illegal. You know what I'm saying? So
You got a selfie right now?
No, I'm live, man, but this shit keeps falling. I feel like an imbecile right now. I'm doing two different things. My apologies, man.
You got the duct tape.
He was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to do a really important. Oh, wait.
No, my shit is breaking down over here, man. I apologize, man. This shit is crazy, man.
So what's up, Justin? What was the farmer's market like last week at both locations?
Oh man, it's lovely, man. Yeah, man, cats is coming out there and representing, you know what I'm saying? So it's been pretty cool, man. It's been pretty cool. It's a little different, of course, the vibe is different, but you know.
Explain. Can you explain to me what a microgreen is, please? I didn't mean to cut you off. I got a real abstract mind, man. I'm thinking of a midget that's growing like weed in a small pot. That's where my mind went. But I know that it ain't nothing like that. What is a microgreen, man?
Microgreens are basically, they are the next step from the sprout. So you got a sprout and you go into a microgreen. So if you could think of like an alfalfa sprout, anything like that. But a microgreen, the other difference between that is that microgreens actually grown in soil while the sprouts grown in water. But when you see a microgreen, how about this? Have you had sushi? You like sushi or anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Like sometimes I'll have microgreens on the plate, like along with like different rolls. Sometimes they'll be inside the rolls. But they're super nutritious, man. Super nutritious, super flavorful. Yeah, 4 to 40 times more nutrient rich in some cases. You know, a lot of zinc in some of them, vitamin C in some of them, protein in some of them. I mean, they're the truth, man.
Break down, Justin, from the seed up real quick.
Oh, it goes, so you go from sprout to microgreen to petite green to baby green, then into full size green. Yeah. That's the levels of the greens, you know what I'm saying? If you keep on going up. Most of us eat, you know, babies to kind of full size.
Is there a nutritional elevation from micro to full size, or does it pretty much has the same?
Oh, that's what I was saying before. Like per cup, for some of them, it's about 4 to 40 times more nutrient dense in the microgreen than it would be in your full size green.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty intense, man. It's just basically from the seed, you know what I'm saying? It has everything that it needs in it to sprout. So from seed to about, well, let's say like when the plant gets its third leaf, it's not looking for anything of the soil really. It can look for like nutrients, but for the most part, it's not. It has everything that's inside of it. It's really just looking for the sun, and it's just getting its legs, if you will, and then it'll grow that third leaf. And then from that third leaf, now we're looking more into the nutrients of the soil, and yada yada yada. So yeah, that's what makes sprouts and microgreens so much more nutrient dense and available in a lot of ways too.
Oh man, you just improved me, man. This is crazy. I need this dude's number. I had no idea, man.
Nah, man. I'm gonna turn everybody on to him, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
I eat my pork, man, and sugar, you know, and I even eat my microgreens with my pork.
That's like saying, yeah, man, I get my vitamin juice from mimosas, man. I put orange juice and vodka together and shit, nigga, shit happens. You know, that's dope, man. Hey, so let me ask you a question. Is it better to get your minerals from greens? Because I was told that things like sea moss, like I was told that sea moss has like either 96 or 98 of the 96 of the 98 minerals that make up the body.
Yeah, well, a lot of that, I mean, sea moss, man, you know, I have yet to really jump on that game. Where I get most of my sea moss or kelp information is just via the plant. I'm sorry, like the fertilization that I use on my plants. So yeah, man, when you're looking at those types of minerals, man, that's the ocean. So
right.
All kind of minerals inside the ocean, man. That periodic table is pretty much the ocean. You know, it's just all there. So
Right.
sea moss, man, you know, yeah, you definitely can get some proper benefits and minerals from there. But then, you know, there's different kind of sea mosses too, man. Some come from different parts of the world. You know, like Irish sea moss, like that one, from what I understand, I think it comes from like from Ireland somewhere, and it floats, you know, into like different areas of the world. You know, like
Yeah.
Jamaica. So I've often heard them cats talk about, you know, they have some Irish sea moss or whatnot. But from what I understand, man, like, you know, different parts are going to have different or more minerals. You know what I'm saying? And which makes sense. You know, so
Yeah.
from different regions. You know.
So what's up with you, Jeremy, man? You been getting your extra grub on during this corona?
Yeah, man, I've been cooking. My girl been cooking more, man. Shoot, actually, you know, I wasn't not a chef or anything like that, but man, I've actually been throwing down. I've been cooking steak for breakfast, man. It's been amazing.
That sounds amazing. You know,
when you got a beard like that, you can only eat shit like steak and rubbish, and you know what I mean. Like you look like you kill your own food, nigga. Like you got a bow and arrow in the closet, nigga. What you?
Kraig knew me when I just had the mustache, the baby mustache. You know,
he's one of the smartest dudes I ever met, man.
Yeah,
he's so humble, man. This dude is brilliant, man. I'm telling you, man. He's a genius.
Right now, I'm trying to use that to get this bread, though. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, every morning I need to wake up and look at what's going on with this Corona money. You could be a Corona millionaire. I'm trying to tell you, man.
You trading on the Forex market, or you just doing stocks and bonds?
Nah, it ain't stocks, man. I'm trying to. They releasing all this money. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, I thought you was talking about. Okay, you talking about getting money from the government? You talking about high level? What do they call that? You talking about high level handouts?
Look, I'm telling you right now. Well, I say this: there's no such thing as free money. So the market has been flipped on its head. The economy been flipped on its head. I mean, we're gonna live to see the day where gas gonna be like $6, and you know, a pound of hamburger gonna be $8. But until then, right now, they're giving small business loan reliefs, tax reliefs, everything. I mean, they just approved. If you ain't get your stimulus, everybody got their stimulus?
Not yet.
Well, what is going on, man? I'm talking to the wrong group.
You know, I'm self-employed, so it's a little bit different.
No, I'm self-employed, nigga. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like the process. If you're not getting a check from you know what I'm saying, a job. I mean,
if you pay,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, if you pay taxes, they're gonna. If you pay taxes, they're gonna. I know that they send it to you the way that you paid your last taxes. That's how.
Okay, I do my taxes every other year.
Oh, okay. Well, if you did it last year, if that's one of the. See, this is why I need to talk to my brothers, man. I will send you emails every morning on what you're supposed to be doing. See, white people do this inherently in their family. You know what I'm saying? They know.
Right.
I heard the fact that you are currently losing money right now when there are programs made for this specific situation. I mean, this is part of being an American citizen. This is what the Constitution is about, really, more than, you know, arresting us. And
so let me ask you a question. If you don't have a checking account, how you supposed to deposit the check?
So Walmart, I think they cash checks for like $4, $5, or I think 1% or 1% of whatever it is. Even in that, any corner store, you know, Korean, Muslim, African, gonna cash that check. They not gonna not cash that check. Tell you that right now.
Real quick side story. I'm not gonna say who, but when the Pharcyde was coming up, you know, like I want to say it had to be around 90, 91. These dudes knew of people that would cash checks without IDs, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 91, dog. You said 91, duh. You said 91? Yeah, a lot of illegal shit. Bill Cosby was running around here raping people with 91. Straight up. You up here talking about times have changed, nigga.
See, I don't know about the Bill Cosby statement, man, because you got to remember we're dealing with industry whores who do anything to make it, man. So that's not a lot different than Becky that work at Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying the rules have changed.
You got groupies and I got groupies. So you could
He's not lying.
Huh?
He's not lying about that.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so Cosby, women look at him like they can change his life. And when he don't, it's some animosity that,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but in the 90s, you could buy a house with a stated loan. If you had over 720 credit, you can go on credit score, you can go in with a business card.
You could do that almost in 2006, man. I knew dudes who knew a dude, and you get a loan for like 200,000, but the dude who okayed the loan got like 20 or 30,000.
Right.
Check in, and it was but that screwed it up for everybody, because now you gotta have your I's dotted, your T's crossed, the whole ins and outs. But the crazy thing, I look back and I'm like, I knew the dudes who were doing the loans, and I knew who the dudes who was getting broke off, and I knew the whole little chain and who was getting paid and what was getting paid. But none of these dudes have money now. It's amazing. It's amazing to me, man.
That's a great point.
You said they didn't have money.
Well, just because you have money don't mean you know how to make money.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole different hustle when you start from zero or you build something. It's a whole different discipline, and it's a whole another level of integrity. You know what I'm saying? When you start from zero, because people who start from nothing and become something like you have, G, they don't really try to cheat the process as much. But when niggas ain't really been through the process, they always looking for a shortcut. Like, well,
right.
Man, and it don't work like that.
The process wasn't on purpose, man.
Right.
I just say that. It was, me and Brown dealing with just trying to figure some shit out. and just put it this way. For me, I'm the dude, if I'm looking for something, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go downtown and just go from person to person to person to person to person. And I'll meet that person that looks me in my eyes, that just sees that, how bad I want it or just whatever. And I'll finally break the thing. And then on Brown's side of it, he's like a maniac for information on whatever he's interested in. So he'll just put hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And it's kind of like that just developed into like an inherent survival tool. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want it, you gotta dig in. So on your side of it, Kraig, how would you classify yourself? For you guys that don't know, Kraig Smith, he's a YouTube personality, professional bagger, Def Comedy Jam, roaster, weightlifter.
That's funny to know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how would you describe your comedy?
Oh, okay. My comedy is I guess the through line of it would be accountability, right? Yeah. It's blue collar for sure. And it's I feel like my comedy is a representation of the working class male who takes care of his responsibilities and has frustrations with life. And so my filter is to say things that person can't say because it would destroy his livelihood or possibly destroy his marriage. You know what I'm saying?
You know what drew me into you as a fan? I watched you on another show, and you were talking about how a situation where you reminded me of myself a little bit, where you would do extra things at comedy clubs to like get your time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where it's like, the safest bet is myself. Like I believe in equity on me. I know what I'm going to do to cross the line. I know what Brown's going to do to cross the line.
Right.
I know that if we don't got the money, if we don't have the privilege, if we don't have the hookup, the work ethic is going to get us across.
Yeah.
You know so when you were telling the story on the other show, and you were saying, man, you were getting your hustle on to, get your stage time, that kind of impressed me, man. I was like, damn, what it showed me, you were willing to put into yourself. You know,
definitely.
Which man, oneself is the safest bet if your work ethic is right, man.
There was an African parable that I heard indirectly from I think his name is Phil Valentine, right? And And that was, I heard that like about 9-10 years ago, and that changed my life. And the parable was that we are all gods having a human experience.
Yeah.
And when I heard that shit, it really resonated with me, because before I heard that, every time I heard the word God, because I was raised in the traditional European church, I thought that meant like a deity in the sky, or that means I'm greater than everybody. I got these powers. And at first I was kind of taken aback, because I was like, how can a man call himself God? But that's not really what the statement is saying. That statement is basically saying that we're all gods because we have the ability to manifest our thoughts into a reality. You know what I'm saying? And when that clicked with me, it just made me become more accountable, because I felt like everything that I was taught coming up was for me to believe that things outside of me were what I needed to get to the next level: a degree, a PhD, a bad bitch, a nice car. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of made me realize that everything that I need is really just inside of me, but it's my responsibility to get what, I don't give a fuck how crazy the idea is, out of my head and into the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And then ideas just start to manifest from there, So that's kind of the thing that clicked for me. And then when I stepped into comedy, I was already a hustler. I'd already had, a little bit of money and lost it a few times. So the mentality of the average comic really didn't resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? After I got after I got it out of my head that I needed to get on stage a lot to figure out how funny I was and how to work shit, after I got out of that codependent mind state, thinking that I needed a comedy club or certain type of people to fuck with me to get to the next level, that actually enabled me to start making more moves, because I just started to realize that it's really about surrounding yourself with what you create, and then letting people judge your creations, as opposed to trying to make friends with everybody and build relationships and shake hands. That's cool too. That's necessary. But, I'd rather have somebody have an opinion on something I've done and then meet me than meet them before I've done something and then try to get them to like me enough to give me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that shit changed me.
I got a question for you, and I got a question for Jeremy. And I know you got a break in a minute, Kraig, but I definitely appreciate you tapping. But I'm gonna hold on to you as long as you can hold on.
All
but
right.
This is a question for you and Jeremy, and I'll let Jeremy go first. What do you think the shape of the comedy industry, as far as how you guys will walk up on stages, let's say 3 months ago? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel that it has been reshaped due to this coronavirus? Like so if today President Trump says, you know what? No, I'm not gonna say President Trump. I'm gonna say Michael Garcetti. He says, you know what? I want you guys to go back to doing your thing. How quick would you be to run to a stage? You know what I'm saying? To do your thing.
I mean, very quick. I mean, that's like the day job or the night job, really. But the thing is we plan for things, and God sometimes interrupt those plans. You know what I mean? So here we are in a situation where you should learn how to move smarter going forward. You know what I mean? Like, take more advantage of your time. But the getting up on stage is the practice, you know what I mean? Like, so, as far as how fast, I mean, that's just like, shooting in the gym. That's just part of the game. But but the culture, I would say the culture as a whole has been affected as far as live entertainment and large venues like that house a lot of people. I mean, it's the fact that the stigma is so big right now that even if they said everybody could just go do whatever they want, only certain venues are going to be packed. You know what I'm saying? Like, majority of venues won't be packed. Like, if you had a 200-seat venue, I think you'll be okay, depending on if you're like a mainstream club or mainstream entity, but or your own personal brand is strong. But if you're one of those people who rely on one of the smaller clubs or a smaller venue, or let's just say you were averaging 50 people a night before, more than likely you're going to average about 10 or less going forward until the stigma's gone.
Yeah, which is great. I think comedy clubs need to struggle because they feel like they are the talent. And, you know, they need to get their motherfucking wig split for a while. A few of them need to close so they can realize that they're not the commodity.
Man. You cold, man.
I hate comedy clubs.
He's not lying. He is not lying.
So
I hate comedy clubs.
We need to thin out the herd.
Huh?
We need to thin out the herd.
Well, we need not of the comedians, but of
no. I'm saying for the clubs. We need
definitely
thin them out, and
I agree.
It's more mental, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people put themselves in those slavery positions to these clubs, you know what I'm saying, where they don't do anything on the outside, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even care about of course your brand's supposed to be strong, but you should at least be able to make money outside of a comedy club. No comedy club is conducive to the art form of stand-up comedy.
He knows.
They are bars. They are bars. The star is the alcohol.
Right.
I mean, and never forget that.
Straight up and down. I agree.
Whoa.
I agree. Whoa. Yeah, that needs to happen though, because the normal guys like us, the comedians, I mean, the system is always, whether it's a comedian or a truck driver or just anyone who has that employee position, the system is always pushing down on us. You know what I'm saying? It's always telling us we're not good enough, or it's always underpaying us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always happy to see the hierarchy get nailed with a nice punch. You know what I'm saying?
Shaking in their boots.
You know what I'm saying? Real spit, man, because real spit, it's sometimes it ain't fair what they do to people. I have a comedian buddy who passed from, I won't say it's corona because specifically that made him pass, but one of the major reasons he died was because when he passed, they probably could have revived him, right? But when the paramedics got there, they refused to give him mouth to mouth because they didn't want to risk possibly getting corona. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, where you're like, damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't wish death on the owners of a comedy club, but I mean, shit,
No, but they it's kind of like they a lot of them because stand-up comedy and comedy clubs exist outside of OSHA and regulating, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them operate outside of the law, and they're able to do things. They reign in power for years indefinitely without any competition or any, at least to their, with any competition to their the way they rule things or whatever. So it's always good when something comes along and just say, fuck your shit. Whatever your plans were, fuck that.
Right. Yeah, I'm with that.
Now who are you? See, at least as a comedian, you are your own entity. You are you. I'm Jeremy Scippio before I'm a comedian, but I want to get into all that. But a lot of these niggas weren't even themselves. They were tyrannical lords of this imaginary domain that was based on lack of talent and all this other extra shit. Now who are you?
This is how much comedy club owners like comedians. I'm gonna give you an example. If comedy stopped right now and magic became number one, then all the comedy clubs would turn into magic clubs and there would be magicians in the motherfuckers. Then if magician shit fell off and niggas like to see people do oil changes, then they would turn into oil change clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a fuck about the talent. They just care about the money, which is cool because I'm a business owner and it's about the money, but it's got to be a fine line. Go ahead.
But a lot of them are in the system too. A lot of people sign up for the system, so they don't realize what they're perpetuating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, I'm not even gonna say slave, like I wouldn't say they're like the slave owners, but they like the house Negroes. Like comedy club owners are house Negroes to a bigger systematic issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is paying people for their time and their talent, which no comedy club is above sin in that demeanor. I don't know one club that pays comics what they deserve before they establish a brand where they're above needing to perform at that place in anyway.
Right, definitely.
That's the story.
But in every other form of entertainment, they do. You know, when cats get to the NFL, they be well paid immediately. You know what I'm saying? NBA immediately. You know what I'm saying? In comedy,
there's a war. There's a war. We lost our civil war. Every entity, every establishment had a civil war.
Right. We did lose ours. You're talking about the Great Strike.
Yeah.
Of the 70s or 80s?
1986, I think it was. 1980.
Bro, I gotta get up, man. I hate to leave.
Nah, dude. You know what? I didn't even expect you to offer this, man. You know what I'm saying? Kraig got something else he got popping, and man, he came through like a champ. You know what I'm saying? From the moment that I want to say Jeremy probably you brought Kraig through the first time, right, Jeremy?
Yep.
I'll say from the time Jeremy brought Kraig through and we clicked, it's just been it's been growth. Like with him coming into the family, him and Brown politicking, just the whole little nine. You stepping in tonight, tapping in, definitely above and beyond. I appreciate it. In another month, we're gonna have you come back in and we're gonna get it. But I got one last little question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you like stand-up, roasting, or sketch comedy better?
I'm a stand-up at heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I do. So I prefer to roast people on stage in front of a lot of people. I like stand-up. I feed off that energy. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I like to I've always been like the type of person that likes to get in front of crowds, which is kind of weird because on a personal level, you know what I'm saying, people think I'm shy, you know what I'm saying, because you got to really know me for me to do a lot of talking to you, you know. But no, I love stand-up, you know what I'm saying. John Wooden has this saying that stuck with me because I grew up hooping, right? And the saying is that, you know, never mistake activity for progress. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So since I already have a belief in myself as far as like an entertainer, I know material because I've done stock comedy for a while and I'm also an MC. I know material won't be hard for me to come by because I have a lot of life experience. So when it's time for me to get out on the road and do big shows, I know how to dial in, and I have a process that's probably like a 5 or 6 month process that can get me into a space where I can do a crisp and fire hour on stage every night. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like at this point, stand up is like third or fourth because I'm trying to build the structure of my business, my brand, you know what I'm saying, what I'm selling. And I'm trying to provide, you know, a resource for myself so people would always have something that they could, you know, either purchase or, you know, something they could do to kind of support me. So, but stand up is my number one, not to go off on a tangent.
No, don't trip. So before you check out, give everybody your social media tags, your YouTube channel, your whole little ins and outs.
What's going on? So it's the Kraig Smith, TheeKraig Smith. That's the YouTube, the Kraig Smith. My Facebook fan page is the Kraig W. Smith. I also have a Facebook group dedicated to my new sitcom, which is called, the group is called Big Head Kraig. And then I also have an Instagram, the Kraig Smith, and I have a Patreon that's being, you know, about to open up in a week or two. That's the Kraig Smith as well. Then you can also find my podcast, Kraig Facts, which is every Thursday from 8:30 to 11:30 on Splendid TV. For our Splendid Radio, right? Pharcyde. I'm fucking with you. Pharcyde TV.
No,
Pharcyde TV.
You stepped in it, man. We not gonna release from your shoe so easily, man. You done stepped in it, so you part of the family. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm here for good, man. Every week, Pharcyde TV gonna take over, man. So that's every Thursday. We're on like a month hiatus because of the corona, but we back this Thursday, man. So yeah, man. And then pretty much in the website is the Kraig Smith. That'll be back up in about 2 weeks. Cool. That's where you can find me.
Well, no, man, I appreciate you tapping in, man. I was really, when you told me your situation, I was like, okay, he's going to do whatever. But you stepped, and you know what? That's respect. You stepped up to me the way I step up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that
you lead the way, man. I learned so much. Y'all listening out there, you don't know how much I learned from this man, man. He's brilliant. Everything he say, you better pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I done got a lot of game from him.
Oh, man, we getting game from each other. So no, man, I appreciate it. You do your thing. We're gonna check in with you in another couple of weeks, and then we'll get it popping. And I'm just gonna continue on with Jeremy and Mr. Justin Caesar Xanadu. You know,
much respect, man. Much love, y'all.
I'm gonna hit you.
All right, hit me. All right, peace.
Cool. So Justin.
Yes, sir.
So man, this whole microgreens hustle, man. It's deep. It's deep, man. It's deep. But I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's like right now, with the whole Corona thing, like I mentioned microgreens to this one of my new clients today, and she was all over it. And she's like, "Oh, I have microgreens that I just got from the farmer's market in my, in my refrigerator." I'm not saying microgreens are the miracle cure as far as getting your nutrition or whatever, but it's definitely something that needs to be paid attention to.
Yeah, man. But shoot, there's a lot, man. There's so much out there that, different fruits, different vegetables. We kind of brought up the sea moss thing, chlorella. There's so many different greens, man, that we don't even have out here, man, that, I think at this point, man, like I was kind of hitting on like not too long ago, it's about building the immunities more, and trying to get that built up, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, if we're supposed to be going into this great war, you want to go on with some kind of armor. So, build those immunities up as much as you possibly can and just get it, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
You know what I'm saying? So where can everybody check you out this weekend?
This weekend, man, you can find me on Saturday, you can find us in Cerritos, as well as Riverside, downtown Riverside, and Cerritos Farmers Market. That's going to be near the Performing Arts Center. And then on Sunday, you can definitely catch us in Long Beach. And then, of course, you can always catch me on Instagram at the Seeds of Xanadu. And then for all my other videos, if you like to do some orders, deliveries, we normally hit in Los Angeles now on Thursdays. So hit me up at seedsofxanadu.com, drop an order, and yeah, man, we'll take care of you.
And I'll say this, man, if you get down with Justin, you need to tap in for the pound, man. That's what you really need to tap in for, man. And you know what? I'm a hook Jeremy up with a pound, and I got Brown on the pound, and I'm gonna figure out how to get it to them so they can just get into this. Cause I just feel like I said, I drink high-powered liquor. And I have my other little cool, indulgences, and I love my pork and all that stuff. But it's something about the microgreens that just make me feel a little cool, man.
No, man, yeah, man, they do it, man. You feel it in your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's live food.
Live food, man. You can't be. They just can't be denied. You know what I'm saying? It just can't be denied.
I have a question for you. So last week when I went to when I pulled up on you, there was a lady that I saw, and she said, we have organic and we have pesticide free. Can you break down what organic and pesticide free, the differences between organic and pesticide free?
Okay, so organic, in order to be certified as an organic vendor, or just to even have that label on you, no matter where you're at, there's several tests that you actually have to go through. And I shouldn't say tests, but there's this. Basically, you have to have people come through. It's a long process in a lot of cases. It could be costly in some cases, and so a lot of people don't, like myself. I don't carry an organic license or organic
certification.
Exactly. But when we're saying pesticide free, that's pretty much it. Like, we're not using pesticides. Some other people will say that we're all natural, or we'll use. We follow organic practices, a lot of that kind of stuff. They all kind of fall under the same umbrella. Like, we just can't call ourselves organic because we don't have that license. Because it's an actual deal for me to even tell somebody that I'm organic. It's kind of gotten to that point. So yeah, that's kind of the biggest difference between those at a farmer's market.
So basically, just the organic is more. It's a certification, but pesticide free could be similar to organic without the paperwork.
Precisely. Yeah. It's just letting you know that they're not using any pesticide. That's kind of what it is. That's one of the biggest, the two biggest questions you get on the farmer's market is, are you using GMOs, GMO seeds, and are you pesticide free? Those are two of the biggest ones. So, those are a lot of times what people will end up saying that they're not when they're at the farmer's market, just to let you know that what they're growing is safe. I like to say that I'm transparent. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you can come see me. I don't care. I'm better than organic. I'm beyond organic. Yeah.
Come see me.
Yeah, come see me. Come see what we do. Yeah.
Well, no, man, I can say this. I'm about to send a pound out to Jeremy. If I don't drive it out, I'm gonna Uber it out to him. And I got Brown because he got a, him and his folks get it. But you know what? I have some Chinese chicken salad dressing, and I've been like dribbling that over the little microgreens, and I'm in the game, man.
Well, they fire, man. I mean, this week I've been messing around with lemon and pepper. That's kind of been what I've been on them for.
On microgreens?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's all I've been doing. I mean, it's just a taste thing, man. For after a while, I guess I done went through them so many different ways. Sometimes I get extravagant, and then sometimes I'm just like, man, whatever. Or sometimes I just eat them. I just, I'll just be out there eating them. It's like I don't put nothing on. I just take it to the dome.
Well, I'll say this about Jeremy. I ain't slapped hands with him or his.
Yeah, do that.
Is this okay?
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm blowing off a little steam, man. We got I hashtagged a single malt whiskey on them, but I went to the faithful 1942 Don Julio, and Opio's birthday was last week. I hollered at him for about an hour. That was a real good catch up with my folks. And yeah, right now we sipping on a Stone double IPA. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I gotta say, man, as I'm not much of a drinker, but because of you, this last year, I have tasted the finest of liquor brands. I mean, it's so funny to walk into a room and they'd be like, I'm like, oh yeah, I had that before. They'd be like, it's like $200-$300 a bottle. Like, yeah, I had it.
Nah, you gotta treat yourself good. Put it this way. People are gonna treat you at a fraction of how you treat yourself. And that's how I look at it. And
wow.
And not to be Jock and Brown, but that's something he's always said. He's like, dude, be fair to yourself, man. It ain't even about
I'm still talking.
You can do yourself wrong before anybody could do yourself wrong. You know what I'm saying? Be fair to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, you do look like you working out, Jeremy. I see a little motivation in you, man. I done put my stationary. I have a trainer on my bike, on my little mountain bike, or whatever, that, and propped it up and filled up the tire pressure. Got a new seat,
Man, my girl, man, she just left when I got on. I don't know if you could tell, but she's a fitness person. So it's like, you know what I mean? When you dating a fitness person, you can't. There's only so many days they can wake up before you. Imagine a chick waking up before you, doing a 10-minute core, all that stuff, and then you wake up like you know what I mean? Like you make you like he like a punk, you know what I'm saying? So I just be up there just getting it with her just to keep up, doing the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's starting to reflect.
Yeah, nah, man, it's a cool thing, man. I'm about to hop into my thizzle, man. I need to pull it together, man. I'm just over here eating good, cooking good. I'm doing some hard work, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely you know what I'm saying? We sauteing and smoking and smoking meat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yo, I wanted to run this by you. I thought they wasn't gonna do it, but it looks like they going to. They're gonna release a HBO documentary on our boy Russell Simmons.
Oh, they really?
Somebody hit me up on that, man, and I was kind of like, they were talking about the Beastie Boys aspect, because I guess one of the Beastie Boys had put out a something on social media or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I just say this: you can throw Russell Simmons under the bus, but whatever he's doing or whatever he did or whatever, man, not to be insensitive, But like, dude, the entertainment industry is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, don't hate the process. You know what I'm saying? Like when, go ahead, Jeremy.
Me or just?
Yeah, no. You go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, no. Only thing I was gonna say was, I hope all these people who are pushing for this narrative keep the same energy, because nobody's perfect. Everybody has sinned and come short of the glory, and it kills me when they'll sit here and attack, especially these black men, these established black men who have noticeable changes in their life and lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's literally keep that same energy, which I am glad about Weinstein. But when these new cases, because the whole point, it's not about changing the past. You can't change the past, it's about correcting the future. So keep that same energy when, you know, these rich white, you know, people, sons and daughters of the Rothsteins and the you know what I mean, these high power elite people, when they get, because a lot of them, even throughout all this, I don't know if you realize, a lot of CEOs step down.
Man, that was wild.
They step down.
Yep.
Now that's
like a wave of them.
It's criminal, believe it or not. That's criminal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that, all right, you know, just because you're related to the lawmakers don't mean you're above the law, right? Let's hold everybody accountable on the same level if we going off the law. You know what I mean? Let's not just, you know, I mean, if we have to sacrifice Russell Simmons, that's fine. I mean, I really, really respect him, everything he did for hip hop, for comedy, for everything. They can't erase that. They can't erase his impact.
No, his legacy.
You can't erase LL Cool J. You can't erase Run DMC. You can't erase that. So go ahead and throw this man on the bus. He's in Bali chilling. You can't.
My experience with Russell Simmons, I'm with Brown and DJ Kid Fresh. We're in Bali eating dinner, and they sent over a pizza, and you know, Brown's vegetarian or
why would you eat pizza?
He's higher than vegetarian. It's, you know, he's
ascended.
Yeah, he don't eat really. He eats like 10% of what I eat. You know what I'm saying? And we're limited on where we can meet in the road. But we had a pizza.
Do you have any molecules on the menu?
Well, I'll tell you what I had. It was some pizza. It was some pork belly fried real hard. And it was a couple other little ins and outs or whatever. And so we're sitting down and we're eating, and it was kind of like we were all jet lagged because Bali is like, I want to say, I can't remember if we flew to Hong Kong or the Philippines before we got there, but we went somewhere before there. So anyway, we were all worn out, but I was like, man, you know what? I'm not turning down no free meal, you know what I'm saying, on the beach in Bali. So Brown, Kid Fresh, and we go out to have dinner. So we're sitting down, and the guy who's promoting the show is like, okay, this is where the show's going to be tomorrow. We were out there for New Year's. I think it was New Year's, but anyway, they're like blah blah blah. So we're eating, and dude, Russell Simmons walked right up and was like, man, I heard Pharcyde was here. What's up with Pharcyde? He's like, man, whoop. And I was just like, damn. And he sat down, but first thing he said, he's like, man, you know, you eating a whole little thing of cow pus. He's talking about the pizza. You know what I'm saying? And then he went into the yoga thing. So we all had a conversation. Brown, you know, he chimed in, whatever. But the thing about it is, you can't hate if you want to hate Russell Simmons, you need to hate LL Cool J. You need to hate the Beastie Boys. You need to hate Run DMC. Not because of what they've done, but I'm just saying that's the man's legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Man. You need to hate those Jewish people that gave him the money. The reason why Russell Simmons made those power moves because he was affiliated with those Jewish people. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So those Jewish people, we need to get them. You mean to tell me they ain't got no bodies in their trunk? Cut it out. Cut it out.
You know what I'm saying?
You attack Russell Simmons, why? Because he's out there. You know what I'm saying? They want to cut our heads off.
He's a yogi, man. He's a yogi. He's a vegan. Yeah, he's a vegan yogi. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. I don't feel I'm equal to Russell Simmons, but I feel that Justin has put some microgreens in my life. You know what I'm saying?
I wanna eat ascended, like I wanna eat with prayers and my hands like this.
Man. Nah, we gonna be in the game. So, dude, I appreciate you, Jeremy. I appreciate you, Justin. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, I want you guys to pull up on Justin in Cerritos. You know what I'm saying? At the farmer's market. It's right over there where the little Best Buy and all that stuff is, whatever. Yeah, if you get there early, it really wasn't a super line. But if you want to be OG about it, I'm going to give you the pass. If you can recognize Justin, just go over to where his van is and then park there, and you can just kind of slide through.
Yeah.
You can slide through. Yeah.
So is it gonna be like packed there? Like is that like we back in business, or
we've been cool? Like, my markets have been cool, man. No long lines.
They started a line last week though. When I pulled up on y'all, I was almost about to go that way. And I was like, I'm gonna go around to the home.
Okay, well, shoot, man. Yeah, I'd be on there doing my thing. I know normally about the game done flipped a little bit. So normally about 10 o'clock, a lot of it has kind of died down now. So you can be able to kind of pull in there and get a lot of things, but then it comes in these weird waves. I used to be able to time that junk. Now, man, it's like after all this done happened, everything's kind of flipped upside down. The money's still rolling through, but it's coming in different times now, man. So it's a little hard for me to pinpoint.
I heard some of the funniest stuff I ever heard. I was at Long Beach when I checked you out probably about a month and a half ago. Because now you're in Cerritos. I'm like, man, Long Beach is cool. I love the drive and everything. But I can hit Cerritos and hit my office. The office is like maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes from Cerritos or whatever. But I had a guy and he was walking away. We were both walking out the farmer's market in Long Beach. He said, man, I don't ride on your market, so why are you riding on mine? You know what I'm saying? He was speaking to the people who were never on farmers markets, but because the corona, everything is crazy or whatever. Yeah. Now people are understanding, man, we can go to the farmer's market and get some produce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's that. You know what, man? I think ultimately, at least that's my hope, man, is that people do start getting a little bit more up on markets, man. I mean, before I started working in them, I was shopping them, man. And I mean, if you can't grow it, homie, you might as well know the farmer that does. So, you could break bread with them cats and let these cats let you know, man. That's like that. That's what the illest thing about a farmer's market is. You know what I'm saying? At least to me, it was like whatever questions you got, it's like, yo, this cat right here more than likely either grew it or had a hand in growing it, and he can probably let you know what exactly went into making it. You ain't getting that in no stores. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I'll say I get my eggs from the farmer's market. You can get 20 large brown eggs for like $10 or $9 or something like that. I get my bread from the people across, except I didn't mess with them last week. They was funny on not wanting to cash my bill. They didn't even it wasn't no fake bill. So like I had 50. That's all I had with me.
Yeah.
And man.
Yeah, it gets wild out there.
I'm gonna see you on Sunday, just a spider. I'm not gonna even check you out in Cerritos, man. I'm gonna come and check you out in Long Beach.
Are you going to Long Beach? Okay.
Well, see, homegirl in Long Beach know what's happening. She give me the deal, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, she give me the hookup. I get 3 breads and she breaks them down, and the whole little.
Yeah, that's the move. You know what, too, man? Like a lot of times, man, just like quiet as kept, yo. But if you make it to a farmer's market normally on a Sunday later in the day, that's where you can get a lot of good deals. A lot of good deals. But you don't always get like the creme de la creme. You dig? Like, but the stuff that like beans, Brussels sprouts, like things that just come in abundance, man. You can find like kales, all that kind of stuff out there still, man. And cats ain't trying to take that home a lot of times, man. So they'll break bread with you.
Last thing I'm gonna rant about the farmer's market. Your boy that makes the garlic avocado oil, he's ridiculous, dude. Like my whole thing was like olive oil. I was like olive. he broke me off the huge bottles of garlic avocado oil, and I use that the way I use butter.
Man, that shit is the truth, man. And you know what else is ill? I don't do it. I'm kind of rolling off of it a little bit now, but because it has a higher content of heat, it can take a heat like way more than shit. I think even olive oil, man. You can actually drop a little bit of butter in there.
Yeah.
Mix.
Yeah.
Homie, throw some mushrooms in that. Homie, you going nuts, dog? Like that. Shit. Yeah. That's just fire.
All good. Well, nah, man. Check out, what's your social media tags, Justin?
SeedsofXanadu.com. That's the website. And then the Seeds of Xanadu is Instagram. You can mess with Facebook, but I don't really mess with that too much. And then on YouTube as well. It's the Seeds of Xanadu, one word.
Yeah, man, and holler at them. Get a pound at a time, man.
Get a pound, man. Come pound it up, man.
Yeah, get a pound at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Boy,
what's up with you, Jeremy? You got anything?
You can catch me. I'm gonna be
living room
all over. Man, I'm gonna be in Florida. I'm gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia, New York. No, man, comedy dead. Look, so I'm revamping a lot of stuff. I just say for now, man, stay tuned. JeremyScippio.com. That's Jeremy SCIPPIO.com, and on Instagram, that's Jeremy Comedy. Jeremy Comedy. Yeah. Other than that, more to come. I'm working on some things. I'm working on some YouTube stuff too. So I got some content. I got a lot to get off my chest. And man, I really want to get this money into our people's pockets, because I think ignorance holds us back so much. Yeah. And these white people are not ignorant. The thing is, we feel guilty about things that come natural to them. And it's just a poverty mindset.
They be on it, dude. The moment that they mention it, they're the same way people buy Yeezys. They are on it.
Come on, like no offense to Kraig, but you heard what he said. He's like, I'm self-employed, so I don't get a stim. I'm like, nigga, that's $1,200 with your name on it, and you're avoiding it.
And the cool part about that too, man, is the way I look at it, man, especially that type of money, man. It's like, yo, if these cats is giving me back some of my money, I'm damn sure gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's like, yo, they giving it back. Like, grab it.
Yes, yes. This is money that they've been holding on to, that they literally act like they did not have.
Yeah.
And this is they only put the 1,200 out there just to see what will happen. But it's coming to the point where the next set of bills they just they're going through right now, everybody should get at least $2,000 a month. You know what I mean?
Well, there's been a lot of things, man. There's been a lot of different talks I've heard, man, about the whole thing. You guys ever mess with the disaster relief money too? They was giving about 10 G's with that one.
Everybody didn't qualify for that. I know at the very start of it was 1,000, but it can go up to. That keyword is up to. That's the word. Yeah. Up to. But my boy who sent it to me, who runs a business, whatever, white guy, Jewish guy, he said like, yo, he put it in. And he was like, yo, he said, I got $1,000 in my account just off rip. Like that.
They still ain't
had it open for 2 days. They only had it open for 2 days. Crazy.
Well, they're supposed to open it back up. I mean, I actually signed up the whole bit, and they were telling me it's going to be like a matter of a couple of weeks, man. Before
man, everything's in a process right now, because it's all just bills. They have to go through certain channels. But truth be told, if there ever was an emergency that affected the entire globe, this is it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to hold them back from, like, it's to the point where if they disqualify you for anything, for whatever reason, if the government is caught in any way not allowing you access to this money, then you could sue them.
Yeah, I've
that's where we're at right now.
Funny, man. That kind of shit's been popping up on my YouTube channel, man.
Yeah, that's they were the hashtag stay home. They don't hashtag apply here.
No.
Did you get your Angelino card? Did you get your, you know what I mean? But they rather push the narrative that, oh, if you get these things, then you're a bum. You're a homeless person. If you are on welfare or you food stamps, then you're a bum. So these disaster relief loans and all that stuff goes in that same category where it's like, oh, I'm too good for those things. Like, you are you have a social security number, right? Then this is your money.
You better go
anyway,
and
I can go on.
Nah, I think Little Kim said it best, man, and Biggie Smalls. Get money. You know what I'm saying? Simple. No, man, I appreciate you, Jeremy. Thanks for tapping in. You know what I'm saying, on the whole little nine. Justin, it's always a pleasure, man. I'm gonna shout your name until I can't shout it no more, man, because you got me doing something where I feel good about myself.
Good, man. Good. Glad for letting me be a part of it, man. Thanks for letting me ride with you.
Yep, no ill conscience involved in it. You know what I'm saying? I can just feel good about it. I feel good on my drive up there, and I feel good on my drive.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you guys, and I'll get this collective together in about 3 weeks to a month again. And I want to keep bringing you in, Justin, because I feel like you provide knowledge based on not a health nut lifestyle, but just things that you can do. It's not a big deal. It's not anything that's nasty. It's not nothing that's crazy, but it's something that, we all do. We need to beef up our immune systems right now.
That's just the real thing, man. I mean, shit, it's being cool, man, because I'm starting to see more Black people come to the market, Yeah. And before, when we used to be able to give samples, like I used to not let too many Black people, I would go hard on us, man. I'd be like, nah, you need to come on up over here, man, and try this here out, man. There's just so many things, dude, that we can do and just feel good, man. You know what I mean? You just feel your body feel good, and that's gonna, get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, man, it starts here. You know what I'm saying? And then this starts acting like what's wrong, and then this is like, I don't know. The next thing you know, you making some bullshit up. And then your mind's going all crazy. Then the law of attraction kicks in, and now you're going down the wrong road.
Hey, I was there. I was looking at you like, man, he got wheatgrass and all kinds of stuff. That's where I'm not going.
Word.
I'm gonna give him a head nod. He one of the only brothers out there vending, so I'm gonna walk past him, make the eye contact, and give him the head nod. I'm not gonna be messing with them greens that he got over there. Don't look very appetizing.
Right. That's a lot of us, man. And I don't know, man. My mom used to get pissed off if I wasn't eating my greens. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you know what it is, though? It's like, if a person doesn't taste it, just looking at it, just thinking, because like I would take shots of wheatgrass years ago. Right. Brown would always do his little boost. He'd do boosts and stuff like that or whatever. But I was just like, oh man, something green, something whatever. But I will say this. The first time I bought microgreens from you, I patronized, and it didn't really. I probably didn't even taste it. But then, when I came around years later and actually tasted it, I was sold, man.
Word.
I was hooked. Like, I'm hooked. I preach the gospel. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man. I mean, dude, not because I grew them, man. They fire. I'm about to go out there right now, harvest a salad. Give me some microgreens, man, for dinner right now, man. That's what I'm about to go do right now, man. So, yeah, that's just the truth, man. Yeah, it's.
No, good looking out. I appreciate you guys tapping in. You stay safe, Jeremy. You stay safe, Justin. You know what I'm saying? Splendid Radio on Pharcyde TV. Peace.
Gang.